All right. Good morning, everybody. Sunday, May the today, 18th, May 13th, in Hampton. So here we are, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's spring here. Summer, be summer within a couple of days. Get my beach going. Here we go. Come on.
Connected to YouTube live stream KMWCZEVDDFY. Connected to YouTube live
Yes,
stream
I hear you.
KMWCZEVDDFY.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let her say that out loud for a while. I changed it so that my text to speech reads the system messages. So that means she's going to read that little message twice every morning. But if anything happens to the text to speech, like if it disconnects, it will tell me. So I think that's a good thing. All right, we got one. I almost went the wrong way. We got one delivery this morning to What a Day, and they are getting a lot of donuts today. They called in a little late yesterday, so there are a few things on the list that they could not. It was too late to make them because you've got to like get the dough ready and all that kind of stuff. So I think they went a little heavier on the donuts than they normally would on a Sunday. But so we've got 174 donuts. I forget how many. I think it was 18 mini Danish. But the main thing that they would normally probably have a couple of cinnamon buns and a couple of cronuts. And I think that you would usually have a couple large Danish, but those three things we couldn't get that for them today. So we went a little heavier on the donuts today. Here we are. It was an incredible sunrise. The sunrise is now before I even get to the bakery, which is pretty crazy. But that's Sundays. So Sundays and Tuesdays, I get to the bakery like around 5:30. The rest of the week, I get there at 4:30. But yeah, the sunrise had already. It was sort of still. It was it was happening as I was driving up, and then by the time I got there, it was pretty much done. I didn't go yesterday. I worked in the bakery until the time 1 o'clock. So I didn't go to Hampstead Day. I headed home. I watched a little skateboarding. I watched Hala. Hala was at a parade in New York, dancing parade. Then I took a nap. Very exciting life. Very exciting life I lead. But no, I had a good, relaxed Saturday. I didn't go outside though. I was tempted, but I didn't go outside. We got a big deer on the left. Big deer on the left. Very sleepy deer.
B-PR2TQ says howdy. It's a Craig live, yay. Hope you're doing well,
Hey,
man.
HB. Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you? Happy Sunday morning. Yeah, we're in the middle of a sunny day stretch. Last couple of days, it's like progressively getting a little warmer. I mean, it's like well, I think it just dropped down to 58, but it's about 60 degrees at 6 o'clock. It's pretty good. The sun is already up. I was just saying, it was an amazing sunrise. It was very bright red, pink. It was before I was driving up to the bakery when it was happening, so I didn't even, it was pretty much over by the time I got there, so I couldn't even take a picture and get a really good one. But I like this ride when the sun's up. You don't realize during the winter when it's, whoa, that bird just made it. In the winter, the snow, when the sun is, comes up so much later, driving around in the dark all the time.
B-PR2TQ says G morning to you also. I am glad to hear you're doing great, thanks for asking. I did awake after 2 hours sleep with anxiety, but I am generally okay.
2 hours is not enough sleep, HB. Will you be able to go back to bed for a little bit? I hope so. Because it's hard to 2 hours. You know, we just went past the snowman. I mean, the snowman, the Christmas decoration house, and he's still got the snowman and the two choir people there. I'm really beginning to think that he knows that we watched the house, because why would you leave just those three things there all the time? It's getting crazy. I'm still not sure whether napping is as good as sleeping. I keep forgetting to really, That's one of the topics that I want to look into one day when I get home. You know, like, is it okay, especially with my schedule now? Sometimes I get in a pattern where I like take a 2 or 3 hour nap, usually closer to two, right? So I like take a 2 hour nap and then I sleep maybe for 6 hours that night, maybe five. Yeah, more like five. So is
G-PR2TQ says, lol, I just said. I hope so. Then you said it. IKR, I've struggled with sleep recently. I really do need more proper sleep. At HB-PR2TQ says, appreciate you, Craig.
yeah. Yeah, sleep is extremely important. I would feel, I'd feel better if I knew that my naps count toward that nightly sleep. Like, is it okay to do a 2 hour nap, wake up, hang out for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and then sleep for five? Is that like a 7 hour night? Because I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like 6 or 7 hours. I think I can thrive on 6 or 7 hours. But if it's 4 or 5 with a 2 hour, 3 hour nap, I don't know if that's the same. Seems like it should be. I do know that if you're going to sleep, you should do it. You should at least be like 90 minutes. So like the perfect nap time is like 90 minutes, something in that area. I think I've read that because your whole cycle. But I hope whatever's causing the anxiety is something that gets resolved.
G-PR2TQ says, I think it's okay as long as it's not negatively affecting you.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel okay. Like if I do the nap sleep thing, I feel pretty good. You can definitely feel it though if you start like, if you're only getting like 4 or 5 hours a night for several nights in a row, I feel that after a couple of days.
Dangerous says, goody morning, Craig. I don't know cause I'm still sleeping, Craig.
So, well, that's really convenient. Now there's a skill. We all need that skill where we could actually appear to be awake but actually be sleeping. Ooh, it's a long light. It would be great if we could make this light. Oh, that's incredible. How did that happen? That was crazy. All right, I'll take it. See, this is a much shorter light. It's sort of we just did a traffic light exchange. We got through that first one, but this is a very short light. We won. We won that exchange.
G-PR2TQ says, yes, thank you for bringing that up. I need to deal with the sources of my anxiety. G-PR2TQ says, yeah, you beat the light, ha ha ha.
I know, it always makes me nervous when you come up on a light and it's already green, so you don't know how long it's been green. You never know. Like this one. But some of them, like this time of day, a lot of these lights are set up so that they only turn red. Like this is the main road. So like that light probably only turns red if there's another car waiting at the intersection. But you never know. Oh, I saw a weird thing this morning on the way up to the bakery while I was driving. This is why I should run a camera while I'm commuting. Sometimes crazy stuff happens that I could at least have a clip of it. But there was like, I don't know what type of animal it was. It might have been a rabbit or like a small, like maybe a baby raccoon or something. It was a smaller animal, but a bird was like attacking it. So as it was running across the street, I couldn't really make out what it was because there was like a bird flying all over it. You know what I mean? Like down. It looked like it was attacking it. I felt like I was watching, what was that show? Mutual Bell, Wild Kingdom. Of course, it happened right in front of me, so I almost took out both of them. I did. But that could have happened.
G-PR2TQ says, oh well, live action.
It was. Like a bird fight. Well, a bird animal. Green. We're getting a lot of green lights. This morning we were on a roll. Oh, look at this car. Let's come around that corner. I'm going to be at What a Day. Oh, look what I got today.
G-PR2TQ says, would be a good video clip.
Yeah, it would have. See, there was another time I was driving up and there was a car that was passing. We were in some slow traffic because there was a large truck in front of us. And we had this car that was trying to pass everybody. And finally he got frustrated and went off to the shoulder and he was passing people on the shoulder. So that was the first exciting thing. But then moments after that happened, a police car came up. It was passing everybody because he was trying to catch that guy. And he was in the oncoming traffic lane. And we were like coming to the crest of this hill. I was really very scared that a car was going to come over the hill. It didn't, but it was close. Anyway. So sometimes exciting stuff happens on that portion of my trip. But look, I'm gonna get gas today. And I got a cookie for our gas station attendant. I remembered to pick it up on the way out. I don't know though. I'm not. We're gonna find out. It's a little spur cookie action.
G-PR2TQ says, dang, that's another wild story. I am dangerous says you sure it was another animal? What if the bird was pecking at a wrapped cookie?
Well, this cookie had legs. It was definitely something was running underneath of it. It was kind of hard to. I mean, that's why I couldn't tell if it was a rabbit, because between the animal and the bird. Oh look, what's walking across? We got deer up here. See him? He's on the side of the road. See him? Just jumped over. For another one. They usually travel in multiple groups. You couldn't really tell if it was hopping. The hopping movement would have been difficult to distinguish because the bird was flapping. There was flapping and hopping going on at the same time. So it was kind of hard to tell. That's why I wasn't sure it was a rabbit or a baby raccoon. It definitely wasn't a groundhog because they walk too slow. Or possum. I think possums are slow. I don't really see possums. I see when they've been hit by a car, but I never see them walking on the road.
Dangerous says what if it were an Easter chocolate bunny? They have legs. At HB-PR2 says fast and deep Craig, thanks for sharing these stories.
If it was a bunny, I think he melted into the road by now. It's melt in warm conditions. I don't know if birds like chocolate, or if it's even good for them. You know how you're not supposed to give. What's that? There's a bird over there. You know how you're not supposed to give dogs chocolate? I don't know if the same is true for birds.
And only Mookie MC says I have been listening for a little while, but Craig's story has left me with a loss of words, so I will just say good morning. At ChrisIers007 says good morning Craig, and at Justicat.cs2 hope all is well today.
Hey, good morning.
I am dangerous says oh yeah lol okay fine. That pink flower you picked out for her is really cute.
It's a little spring action, yes. Yeah, thanks for listening, Mookie. Sure. Trying to run my stories back through my mind now to see if I would have shortened any of them if I'd known. I don't think so. A lot of birds in the road today. Look right over there, big black bird. It's the day.
Desires007 says cheers. It's too early for beer, so I will greet you with a morning coffee lol.
There you go. That's what we do. Yeah, we're the coffee crew. That's true. I mean, it depends on where you are.
And only Mookie MC says the flapping and hopping were classics. At HB-PR2TQ says ha ha ha. Yay. More of the crew coming in. Hey Mookie G morning. Nice to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I am dangerous says good morning at ChrisIers007 cheers.
I'm not sure when Mookie sleeps. I saw Mookie on. I was online last night, later than normal. But I did the napping
Dangerous
thing.
says lol goody morning at Mookie. At Chris Ayers 007 says at justicat.cs2 morning football as well. Chris Ayers 007 says hello to at HB-PR2TQ and at Mookie.
It's impressive. Be up early on a Sunday morning.
Dangerous says yes thank you at Chris Ayers 007 how are you?
Gas is still around 4.49. Although I saw a gas
And only
station.
Mookie MC good morning at HB-PR2TQ and at justicat.cs2 Chris Ayers 007. All is well.
Good.
Ayers 007 says at justicat.cs2 I will be better when the price of gas goes back down lol. It's less than a gallon in the UK now.
What?
At HB-PR2TQ says hi
Hello.
Chris and Just a Cat G morning reek to see y'all.
We got a
Hope you're
squirrel.
doing alright.
We got a
At Chris
squirrel
Ayers
right here.
007 says at
See
Mookie
the squirrel?
cheers.
See the squirrel? He was over here. He's waiting for a donut. Wildlife here in Eldersburg. I think I'm going to try angling this a little bit differently so that I think this is going to be better for the camera. I thought about that last night. I was thinking about these things. Sunday morning, I got a call on
Ayers
Sunday mornings.
007 says at HB-PR2TQ shares and lol giant squirrel there haha.
Be careful calling it a giant squirrel with Mookie in there.
Dangerous says at Chris Ayers 00710. I just fainted for you. At Donna says morning all.
And is that, when you say $10,
I am dangerous says squirrel.
I think that's a liter too, right? So that's less than our gallon, if I'm right. That's really a lot more expensive than we think, if I'm right about
And
that.
only Mookie MC says Craig is like Grizzly Adams.
Let's call these people. Let's call. It's actually warm out. There she is.
Expense.
All right. There's my rack. I'm just going to take you guys over here while I go grab that. Here we go. Sun is up. Sun is up. Squirrel is gone.
TQ says Craig is like Disney movie character, awakening the nature around him.
All right, here we go. Whoops. Turn that around. That's another thing I got. I keep forgetting to look into how to make that camera so it's not a mirror reflect. A mirror orientation. Okay. They got a lot of donuts today because
Only Mookie MC says Craig is a big horse. $10 a gallon is horrible.
no, I think isn't it $10 a liter though, which is even worse. If you're in the UK, I think that's what you would be saying, unless you already did the conversion for us, which would be very. Again, heavy on the chocolates. Heavy on the chocolate glazed. Heavy on the chocolate glazed. Yeah. Now, earlier I was explaining that
Hi. Good morning, Donna. Nice to see you. Hope we're doing well.
Donna's in the van. This is a very large donut order for them for a Sunday. But what happened was they called so late yesterday that we didn't have time. There wasn't enough time for some of the other products to be made.
Measurements in the UK still. I think they use miles per hour, for instance.
Do they? I didn't know that. M&M's, Butterfingers. There they are. Yeah, I did already do the conversion.
My main philosophy in life is at you and everyone is too.
Okay, we got her. Walking in here. I can hear Rosie talking. Oh, it's good music loud. Music's in here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you too. Yeah, I think he called late yesterday. So I think he called late yesterday, so there wasn't like they weren't able. No, there was no charge, but they couldn't make like the cinnamon buns and stuff like that. Yeah. So you got a lot of donuts today.
Cool. They not charge him?
Yeah, we didn't charge him. I guess because we couldn't do the other stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She's funny. There's normally a charge if they call late.
Great. I am glad to hear that. Donna, thanks. I appreciate you. Okay.
Guys, grab you off of there. Okay, delivery's done. It is time. We are going to get gas today. It's part of the trip. And I got my cookie.
At HB-PR2TQ says silly Canadians hee. The one and only Mookie MC says so true. At justacat.cs2. I am dangerous says lol.
What did I miss? Hold on, let me see if I can catch up.
Anna says I went back and rewatched yesterday's stream and laughed till I cried.
Rosie has been talking to herself. Donna's in there. Heavy on chocolate. Man, you're keeping Rosie busy out here. Which our stream from yesterday? What happened yesterday? Was yesterday Rosie's voice? I think it might have been.
HB-PR2TQ says, "Aw, that's cool. Donna, a good laugh cannot be underestimated."
All right, here we go. Here we go. And for any late joiners here, we're gonna stop and get gas, and we got one of these
Anna
cookies.
says yes, toe issues and ban cookies.
Oh yeah, toe issues. Yeah, that's right. All right. And I think that guy had another rough day yesterday too. It wasn't a bad day. Like his weather was okay. It was hot because he's going through the desert area, sort of desert. There's more green now, but the road is extremely rough. It's like the road surface is not good for skateboarding, and he's just like pushing and pushing and pushing. It's actually kind of grueling.
Sires007 says cool. The one and only Mookie MC says Craig's stream often makes me cry as well. At Donaku594. I am dangerous says I want that cookie. For me, it is cute.
And see, that's the kind of, I remember we're talking about plastic, the way we would wrap them. That's the kind of, it's like heat sealed. So it is the better way to go. Like that's the way my van cookies would be set up.
That says GM Craig in chat. I am dangerous says ya doesn't look like a Halloween candy that's been tampered with and thrown out.
That wasn't, no, the one that was tampered with was just a chocolate chip cookie.
HB-PR2TQ says nice. Van cookies. Let's go.
Good morning, New York gal. I always want to say girl. Itchy girl.
Sires007 says at Nigel 333 warning.
Oh, you know what? She didn't say princess. Why didn't she say princess this morning? Or did she? Did I miss it?
M Dangerous says good morning NY gal. And only Mookie MC says the next contest question should be when will the Craig Van cookie become a reality? I am dangerous says Law.
Yeah, but I have control over that.
The one and only Mookie MC says good morning at Nigel 333.
Thought we were going to avoid anything that I had control over.
Says hey Nigel, good morning. Lovely to see ya. Hope you're doing all right.
So yesterday, I took some footage in the bakery while I was washing dishes, just to see if I was going to live stream myself in the bakery, like where I would put the camera. So I did do that yesterday. I'm not sure. I might grab some clips from that and create a short video, just so you guys can see what it looks like. The weird thing is, I was taping it and the audio isn't synced up with my mouth. So like, I think I'm going to have to, when I do put that video together, I'm going to have to match the audio. Looks like
One
a
and only Mookie MC. You have control over it at all. Plus, I will call Bob to get your hand in guessing.
I do control it. Mention it to Jen again today. As I was walking out, I noticed that Bob had been making cookie dough, like a sugar cookie dough batter this morning. Because the big bowl, we have the big mixing bowl, which I think I have shown on the live stream. It's the one that, I don't even know how large that container is, but it stands about 2.5, 3 feet high. And we call it Bertha. So I noticed that Bertha had been used this morning already, and he told me that he made cookie dough. Not like, I guess the sugar cookie dough is a little bit different than cookie, what you typically think of when you think of. I'm like rambling too long. This is driving Mookie nuts right now. Anyway, the point is that I think I'm going to have some sugar cookie dough, and maybe there'll be enough there.
Mookie MC says, so finish your story about your mouth being broken.
My what being broken? My mouth?
Alright, good morning. It is day 15.
What?
Skate across America.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, third week.
I just hit a button on my phone. Hang on. Hold on. I think. By the way, that's the skater guy. Somehow my skater guy started talking. This is the skater guy, by the way, in case anyone wants to hear.
Today. And it hit with a little rain, no big deal. But my phone fell out of saw that. And I hit it back again. And the car completely shattered it, crushed it.
Whoops.
Turn it on, turn it off when we get the
Oh, look, you're getting a little extra.
And that's kind of where we're at. So I had to chop.
Tatiana says, I think you were
Okay.
talking about syncing the video.
There we go. No, you know what? So,
The one and only Mookie MC says the story about how when you move your mouth, the sound came out later.
oh, yeah. I got it. I think I was done. Basically, I'm going to have to match up if I make a short video out of any of that material that I taped yesterday. I've got to fix the audio or else it's going to look stupid. So I started looking at it yesterday and I'm like, I've got to fix that up. It's just a little bit off. It looks like it looks like when they used to interview people overseas, years ago when the lips were never matched up correctly. It drives me crazy. So I have to fix that. But yeah, I accidentally hit this. There's a button in the voice to text app that will open my YouTube channel.
Dangerous says like a duck movie.
Yes. Or yeah. like those old kung fu movies. Oh, we got a green light. Are we going to make this one? I don't know. There are cars sitting there waiting. We're going to see yellow. I feel like it. Maybe not. Oh, this is insane. It's crazy. Or I could just make a short, leave the audio completely out of it.
007 says lucky day.
I know. It is a lucky day. We've been hitting a lot of green lights. I still haven't gotten the whole picture in my head about how it's going to work when I hand out a cookie. Like, am I just going to pull over if I see somebody walking their dog or something like that? Is that going to be weird? I gotta get the whole picture set up in my head. There was a groundhog up there on the hill.
One and only Mookie MC says maybe recreate the video.
It's long. I had the camera running for like 2 hours. I think
Anna
almost
says
3
is a
hours.
free.
Are
One
they?
and only Mookie MC says I think when you hand out a cookie, it will play out with you being arrested.
Yes, they will be free. Like my idea is that I would just like, spontaneously stop and say, hey, because I'm obviously this bakery fan.
Dangerous says did you say that voice was a skateboarder?
The voice that you were hearing was, I think his name's Chad Caruso. I know it's Chad Caruso, I think. He's skateboarding across America. Like during this month. He wants to get from California to Florida by the end of the month. I think his daily total miles has been a little bit under what he needs to do, but he's going to do it anyway, but he's trying to do it in 30 days. He's going to finish regardless. But he's shooting for 30 days. And I think that was probably one of the last videos I was looking at before I shut down the phone yesterday.
Dangerous says yeah Caruso we watch him.
Yeah, he's good.
And only Mookie MC says what is his occupation?
I don't know what if he has a regular full-time job. I know he does a lot of skateboarding, work with the community, trying to get parks set up, things like that. His skating is for an organization called Natural High. So I know he stopped drinking like 10 years ago, I think. So he's kind of involved in that group as well. But I don't think I've heard him mention a full-time, like a, 9-to-5 type job or occupation. I like the van he's got. He's got a van that it's been donated by Street something. Can't remember the name of the sponsor of the van, but it's a nice van. And then he's got a guy helping him. He's driving, like a support person helping him.
Anna says craft fairs are coming up, so have been thinking about what I can sell. I Am Dangerous says yeah, he's fundraising for a sobriety cause. That van is a loaner for the cause.
Yeah. All right. I don't think she's there today. I think I saw a car parked on the side of the attendant's booth. And I don't think she drives. Maybe she does. Let's see. We'll see her in there. I don't think that's her car. And I don't see anybody in the booth. All right, but let's get some gas. Guess we can do come out of the van for that. What's the best place for this? That'll work, right? There we go. Here we go. If anybody's from New Jersey and you've just recently been, I don't want to use that card. If you're from New Jersey and you've recently been allowed to pump gas,
I look forward to losing the connection and missing everything.
you're not gonna.
At HB Gas PR2TQ says, "Oh, exciting Donna. Oh, you must be really talented. My mother was a gifted crafter as well.
Well,
Very cool." At Chris Ayers 007 says, "Gas tax not $10 a gallon, haha." I Am Dangerous says, "My babe brother follows him for years now, I think." The one and only Yuki MC says, "What kind of crafting?" At Donna 2594.
Yeah,
I Am Dangerous says, "Is she here?"
I don't see her. I see somebody moving inside. Move the house. Blah blah blah. I see some.
007 says, "You know the pump's auto filled a tank for you. Here in the UK we have manual control of the flow of the gas." I Am Dangerous says, "What crafting Donna?"
So I'm paying $4. I'm paying $4 a gallon. It's posted at $4.15, but we get 15 cents off. So that's pretty good.
I make bookmarks and greeting cards.
Now, do you ever sell that online?
007 says, "Less than half the price of UK gas."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? $10 a gallon. Do you do much driving? Like, isn't it true that in the UK there's less, less distance for most people. This looks like a brand new nozzle. Look at how shiny this is. Beautiful. Probably wanted to. Oh. Do you want a receipt? Yes, I need a receipt. Always remember to shut that door. We paid $37.59. That total. I really don't think that's over there. All right. It's there.
One and only Mookie MC says very cool, at Donaku594. I am dangerous says ooh that's neat Donna. B-PR2TQ says $4 a gallon still sucks let's be real. At Craycray007 says yes that is why we drive tiny 4 cylinders in the UK law. At Anna says no I have been donating to the library. At Craycray007 says yeah less distance I only do 100 miles in a week on average. The one and only Mookie MC says has the price spiked recently for you as well, at Craycray007. I am dangerous says very kind Donna, greeting cards are so expensive now too. At Craycray007 says at Mookie MC it went from $9 a gallon to $10 a gallon but it's always been very expensive here. The one and only Mookie MC says compliment the gas station attendant lady on her nozzle.
She does have a nice nozzle. I wonder if she was out here with like some steel wool or something. I don't think she's in there, but I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna go slow and see if I can tell who's in there.
B-PR2TQ says
No,
Donna,
it's
that's
not.
really cool. The
It's
greeting
not.
card and paper crafting my mom got into as well.
She wasn't there. Oh. We've learned that she's on Sundays.
Tampered. Hee
I guess I could hang on to it next week.
B-PR2TQ says Mookie yeah he should law.
I mean, Donna, have you ever thought about like having a
One and
web
only
page?
Mookie MC says what will be the fate of the cookie?
Creating a web page?
Chris007 says I like how peaceful everything looks in the States. Here London, Birmingham, Manchester etc. are all very chaotic now lots of crime they have become like New York City law. At Donna says I have.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah, well, we're kind of out in the country here. So we're about 20 miles, maybe 25 miles from Baltimore.
Donna says Oribe maybe.
I may eat it. I don't know. I probably won't eat it though.
I'm dangerous says you'll probably going to eat the cookie Craig. Be so for real law.
They were making like oatmeal cookies with cream inside, like 2 oatmeal cookies with like made into a little sandwich with cream inside. That looked good. And you know, it has oatmeal, so it's kind of like a breakfast food.
B-PR2TQ says already. Is that profitable these days for artists? At Chris007 says awesome the roads look so empty. Here every day I drive I am about 2 foot from another car. There's over 500,000 people in my town and it's only 4 miles in width.
Wow, that is crowded. Yeah, well, it's also, I mean, these roads are normally pretty clear, but it's also Sunday morning, so it's lighter. It's the lightest day of the week. Like,
One and only Mookie MC says, and I know about the UK is what I hear on the TV shows Taskmaster, and would I lie to you? At HB-PR2TQ says, good grief, Chris. Sorry to hear that. Anna says, one of the things I do is take coloring books for adults pages so people can color in bookmarks and greeting cards.
oh, that's cool.
Dangerous says, I watch UK comedy.
I do. I like UK comedy.
Dangerous says, are you being served as funny? At Chris Ayers 007 says, yeah, Sunday, a nice relaxing day to drive there. And at HB-PR2TQ, I am getting out of the UK once I've had surgery. I need to have my teeth sorted out. Hopefully we'll get an acting job in the States law.
Oh, there you go. Well, really, the show, The Office, really came from the UK, right? Isn't that show? Who's the comedian? Because I saw the other series that he made, the one where his wife had died. It doesn't sound very funny, but it was hysterical. What was the name of that show? That was a pretty good series. He was in an office. He was still in an office, but his wife had just died, and you know, he's kind of like a curmudgeon-y kind of guy. Oh, I can't remember the name of that show.
Chris Ayers 007 says, Ricky Gervais was the star and I've been to the location where The Office was filmed, sadly knocked down now, and a hotel is on the site. At HB-PR2TQ says, you got this, Chris. Godspeed. Dangerous says, I'm thinking. I can't remember either.
It is Ricky. Ricky is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, that's true.
Paula says, I don't know, but it sounds like a riot, a real knee slapper. Pat Paula says, good morning, everyone.
It was, because he just doesn't care. You know what I mean? So he's just funny because he really doesn't care about anything. All right, here we go. Still got the Secret Service snowman and the two choir boys. Why is my question. Why? We may never know the answer. Oh, squirrel. Oh, he made it. There's a lot of wildlife issues today.
Chris Ayers 007 says, at HB-PR2TQ, cheers. Another reason to leave the UK is the lack of care and compassion. People here are like robots now. They don't have the kindness of people in the States.
Really?
The one and only Mookie MC says, good morning. At Hala 6448. I am dangerous says, lol, good morning. At Hala 6448.
Well, that's really kind of sad.
HB-PR2TQ says, that's cool. Donna, thanks for sharing about your recent crafting. At Hala says, hello Mookie. At Chris Ayers 007 says, lol, Christmas every day at that house and a lucky squirrel there, haha.
That was a lucky
At
squirrel.
Hala says, hello, just a cat. I am dangerous says, he was fast squirrel.
He was fast, but he stood there in the middle of that lane for a few seconds. That was a nail biter. Especially with that truck coming. There was a truck.
And only Mookie MC says, Afterlife was the TV show.
Afterlife. Oh, deer! Deer! Oh! Did you all see that? That was a close one. He did cross the road right behind the van. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you did. Woo! Okay. Heart rate's up. Heart rate's up, everybody.
Yeah.
It was too close for me to stop. And then he started swerving into the lane.
I'm dangerous says no. Where? At Craycray 007 says got to watch out for Bambi Law.
Happened. I don't know. He was coming as I came up.
HB-PR2TQ says hey holla. G morning. It's wonderful to see you. Hope you're doing all right.
He was on the right-hand side of the road and kind of like walking along and coming into the lane.
Paula says oh dear, that could have bad. The one and only Mookie MC says get some of those deer whistles. I am dangerous
we
says
still
sure it
haven't
was a
done
deer
that.
Craig. At Chris Ayers 007
It was a big
says
deer.
Paula
It was a big-
6448 good morning.
All right, it better be on the film. I don't think it probably is though. That's a shame. It happened. He was like next to the van. It wasn't in front of the van. I
Paula says hello HB.
gotta get like cameras on all sides of the van, so you get like a 360 view. You know,
Paula says hello Chris.
maybe I could ride. Hey, Hala. Maybe I could get one of those things that like the Google, you know, the truck that Google rides around in to map all the roads. And it has like that thing on the top that looks like a radar ball or something. I'll start riding around like that.
Sire 007 says at Hollow 6448 cheers hope you're doing good. At HB-PR2TQ says Chris, right on. You don't deserve to live where people are robotic and unfriendly.
I know, I'm kind of sad to hear that, Chris. Like, I didn't realize that was going on over there. I mean, why do you think that is? And how do...
Dangerous says at Hollow 6448 Craig not wearing his special outfit today cause it's Sunday.
Yeah, there was a dance crew. Here's a deer that wasn't quite so lucky.
Paula says you could get this 360 camera with a suction cup and put it on the roof. The one and only Mookie MC says the radar ball, as you call it, is the 360-degree camera array.
Yeah. That is what I was talking about. Do they really don't?
Sire 007 says at HB-PR2TQ literally I was the only person who helped a homeless person who was sleeping outside my local cafe. He was in a bad state but everyone else just walked by and ignored him. Not good that. I am dangerous says get the UFO camera that follows.
Oh, or yeah, like a drone
The
camera?
one and only Mookie MC says oh yes. I meant to ask you if you danced. At Paula 6448.
We didn't see Hala dance, but I could feel that he was dancing at times. I think there was a little dancing when the pole dancers went by.
Paula says they are pretty common cameras. I see a lot of them.
Really? And they really can sit like on top of your car? Cows. Oh, I can't believe that idea in my head now. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I gotta calm down on my technology changes for at least a month or two. I would like a drone though. I think it would be kind of fun to have a drone. I like the kind that you could set up to follow you.
HB-PR2TQ says Chris. Oh wow, sounds like those people suck. Good on you for helping. At ChrisIers007 says the other problem in the UK is all the farmland is now being taken over and houses built on them. So we are losing the countryside, too many people over 1 million coming here each year. At Hollis
See,
says yes. Green the BW bug in that short had one.
See, that's crazy. Yeah. You just can't. You can't absorb that many people year after year. That's just nuts.
One and only movie MC says are the deers active and running all year.
Well, I would have said they're not as active all year. Like the fall is the most active time, but I've been seeing an awful lot of them lately.
National Trust Health.
I've been seeing a lot lately.
Paula says I was dancing. The girls who mimic you, with the I Dance Like You shirts were mimicking me. At ChrisIers007 says yeah, and the UK is only 800 miles in length, so having 90 million people here is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. That is totally crazy. Like, what is wrong with them? Well, I don't know.
B-PR2TQ says that's in the U.S. I am dangerous says so crazy. At ChrisIers007 says it's been happening since 1997. Sadly, cheap labor from other countries is all the government wants. The one and only Mookie MC says I dance like you. I am dangerous says did we even go through the tunnel of doom?
We did. See, I've got that situation cleared up now. I'm pretty happy with that. Whatever my settings are with what's it called? Stream? No. What's that system called? Speedify. Whatever we have set up with Speedify is working very well. All right, I'm going to take these trays in, and it's Sunday morning, so I think it's just the two of them in there. Maybe we can go in. I'll take the trays in, and then I'll be back. Hold on.
Dangerous says was it because of hyperspeed because we're back too fast.
Hyperspeed? No, we're not even going through that fast.
At ChrisIers007 says okay.
All right, here we go. I'm going in. I got the speaker on me, so they're going to hear you. If you talk, they should hear you. I'm back. I've got my co-riders with me. I mean, I don't have the camera yet, but I got. You may hear them talk.
Can you hear us?
They can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I told them. Oh, you've been to Walmart.
Yep.
Wow.
The one and only Mookie MC says turn in that extra cookie.
Oh yeah, I didn't get.
HB-PR2TQ says there's a housing crisis across the U.S.
I didn't get a. She wasn't there. I didn't get to give my cookie. All right, I'm going to bring them in just to walk around for a second. Is that all right? All right. Here we go, guys. This door, it just doesn't want to close. All right, here we go. Say hi.
One and only Mookie MC says this is exciting.
Mookie, were you here the last time we went in
The
the
one
bakery?
and only Mookie MC says finally.
Look, there I am.
Some
See
good
me?
content. Activity that says we love a tour.
Oh, Janet's in here too. She,
As I feel like I should comb my hair and stuff before we meet new people.
Janet's. Wait a minute, they're combing their hair.
007 says awesome. What a lovely bakery.
Here we are. Here we are. Say hi. There's Jennifer. There's Bertha that I was talking about. So that's the bowl I was talking about. How big is that?
60 quarts.
60 quarts.
The baby.
It's a baby?
And it's
They do make them bigger than that?
Chris Ayers 007 says hello, Janet.
Oh, Janet's saying hi to people.
yeah.
Janet was probably watching. She watches sometimes and she doesn't talk.
Sipping on a coffee.
Here's all the stuff.
Dangerous says hi, good morning. The one and only Mookie MC says so many fantastic treats. At Vivianet says hi at Chris.
See you.
At Paula says hello, Janet.
No, they're all. When somebody new joins the room, you get.
Dangerous says hi, Janet. The one and only Mookie MC says hello, Bob. We need to talk later. At Donna says so organized. At Chris Ayers 007
Mookie.
says at Vivianet cheers.
Whenever I don't know the answer to a question, he always, he's like, just ask Bob. Sometimes he says that before he even finishes asking the question.
Chris Ayers 007 says hello, sir.
Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh, a broken cookie.
Oh,
You can eat that.
see, we like that when that happens.
You have bonuses. That's
Right
your-
there. Damaged products are always good.
Think more later on too. You might see
Roll cookie.
Oh yeah. You know what? We need to do the van cookies.
Oh, yeah. the
It's time because now it's like sunny.
Vivianet says good morning at Paula and at Justicat.
Yeah.
At Chris Ayers
It's bright.
007 says making me hungry now.
Yeah, we got
Maybe I'll
people.
have Morgan do them.
We've got UK representatives.
Nice.
Yeah, worldwide.
I might have Morgan do them and see what she comes up with the van cookies.
Oh, okay.
Dangerous
Yeah,
says the
That's cool.
yellow
That's cool.
flower spring cookie is pretty. The one and only Mookie MC says Craig. Damage a big cake for me.
Damage a big cake to you.
Chris Ayers 007 says I am from Bracknell, UK. At Gideonet says Craig has a global reach. At Paula says broken cookies taste the same if not better than unbroken cookies.
Yes, they do. You're right.
At Donna says do they do mail order?
No, we don't do any mail order. I think they tried mailing stuff once before, but it really doesn't travel very well. You know what I mean? Like they're the chalk top cookies that we're selling all the time.
This one.
Chris Ayers 007 says awesome, so much selection. We don't get bakeries like this in my country.
And that's bakery we do.
422.
Yeah, we're open now. So I'm trying to. It's a busy place. You guys would be shocked. So this is one of my favorites right there. Key lime pie. I love key lime pie. More cookies. See, like when you come in here as a customer, you can kind of like see everything that's going on. It's very open.
Cherry.
There you go. Donut order going down right now.
One and only Mookie MC says I like the way the store is decorated. At Hala says would they allow Craig to do deliveries to the UK? At Chris Ayers
There you-
007
that's an
says
idea.
I am not surprised it's busy, I would be buying the whole bakery. At Donna says I think I need to plan a trip.
It is. I mean, I just can't believe sometimes how much runs through that store. I mean, it's a little bakery and a
Sires 007 says lol at Hala 6448 Craig would need a plane.
I would need a plane. And then do I just ride in the plane or do I
I'm
fly the
Dangerous
plane?
says it's such a charming bakery.
It's totally illegal, everybody. Totally illegal.
B-PR2TQ says what a lovely place, Craig. Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, see, Sundays are good because there's not. It's probably that's a seatbelt warning. Seatbelt warning. It doesn't get too crazy. I think the last time it might have even been a little before 7. Technically, they open at 7. Although Bob unlocks the door earlier than that. All right, everybody.
Sires 007 says charter an aircraft to the UK and I will pay you 100,000 in cash. Lol, I would if I was a millionaire.
What?
At Hala says oh that drone. You could do drone delivery.
There you go.
The one and only Mookie MC says it's open a branch in Dubai. I know someone who can help. I am Dangerous
do.
says went by too fast again.
We do know somebody in Dubai. All right, let's see. It is Sunday, so tomorrow I'll be back 5:15. Actually, tomorrow I'm working inside the bakery too.
Annette says at Mookie haha. At Donna says Craig thank you. Have a great day all.
All right, everybody, enjoy your Sunday. I hope it's sunny where everybody is. But yeah, have a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in. It's always more fun when everybody's in the van.
Annette says have a great day. I am Dangerous says thank you Craig. Good day all. At Craycray 007 says cheers Craig,
right,
have a good day.
I will see you
The
later.
one and only Mookie MC says take care, everyone. At HB